I more picked up the Ditma project as part of our broader exploration strategy in Queensland. The project itself is focused around what we call the Ditma mine, but there is also a more regional area of workings in here that we think is really exciting. We've picked up those assets in around 2020, and since then we've been applying lots of modern exploration methods to those areas and really finding that we're actually having a lot of success in our exploration and are quite excited about the potential in the area. In the post-mining land use realm, I think in this area there was a lot of historic mining. Unfortunately, there's also a fair bit of legacy mining and rehabilitation that is required, and I think we have a real focus on being able to bring those areas back to at least their pre-mining standard, but I think there's a real opportunity, especially around the Ditma area, to actually improve the value of those areas and increase access for people into the state forests, which is really at the moment not an accessible place. And then there's other industries I think that we can support within the area. And I think the other part is, as we mentioned, is this post-mining land use space. I think there's a real opportunity there to improve the land rather than just rehab to a standard of the past, potentially actually increase the value, look at other options, or is there any other uses of that land that can continue it forward, and also not turn it into something that may become a liability for a government agency or someone else to fix up. I think if you can drive that ability to have it as a self-sustaining economy or something, I think you've got a bigger chance of success there. Going beyond that is really understanding our rehab and how we've done things in the past may not be the best way it's always been done. I think there's always new technologies around how we treat our areas of work, our environments, during and after mining. I think the key thing here is that we're really at the start of a journey at the Ditma project. The tough part about there not being much modern exploration done is there's a lot of work to be done on these areas. So I really think there's an opportunity that what we now have is a relatively modest project, but we're really seeing in a lot of our regional potential that there's something a bit larger here. Look, I think keeping up with technology is a big thing, and AI, all those sort of things are really starting to come into some of these things. We operate in very large data sets. The more you can process and develop those systems, I think there's really going to be opportunities there. But also just your fundamental skill sets. Machines are getting more complicated, they're getting more automated. There's real opportunities for trades and learning as well in those spaces. So I think that's something that can assist a lot of people and open up new opportunities to not necessarily have your standard trades anymore. I think you can have a higher skilled, not necessarily university educated person come through in a really important pathway. And I think the key there is having that pathway available to them. And I think companies really have to take the lead on that as well. I really see there's a vision here of a new opportunity and a new demonstration of how people can mine effectively. I've worked in several large companies over the years and I know how they do things, and I also think I've recognised how we can do things better. And so I think we'd really like Ballymore to be someone that can demonstrate that and hopefully have a successful operation. Look, we really want to be in production and employing people in the region within that 5-year space.